Hey guys, Mr. Berenstein here, and I wanted to show off some of my artwork that I've purchased. Not my artwork I've purchased from other artists, comic book artists, and prints and such that I put up on my walls as a celebration of my passion for comic books and storytelling. But I also wanted to tell you a little bit about the literary elements we'll be discussing this week in class and using to discuss in mythology and other units during the school year. So why not do that by showing you guys some of the artwork and some of the ways we can use literary elements like characterization and conflict and setting to figure out what's going on in these pictures. Let's check it out.
So here we are in the Spider Kitchen. This is where I have my Spider-Man art collection. And hey, there's our guy here. Here's Spidey. So one of the first things that you'll notice in the first piece of artwork here is Spider-Man web swinging through New York City. New York City is where Spider-Man calls his home. And so the setting of New York City is super important for any Spider-Man story. Here we have two of Spider-Man's leading ladies, and we can see through her looks the Gwen Stacy's fashion apparel and carrying an umbrella, while Black Cat is wearing her Black Cat outfit, and her face is giving off a very sly look. Characterization is important to talk about how characters look and interact with each other. Even if they're wearing masks, you can tell by body language and positioning, like Spider-Woman's reaching out in determination, or Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales both having a tug of war, which, by the way, is external conflict, right? Man versus man. Again, Spider-Man is a masked man. He could be anyone underneath the mask, but we know that in the 616 universe, he's Peter Parker. Here he is hanging by, saying hi. Peter Parker, he's got that sunny disposition. He cracks jokes. He cracks wise, even when things go crazy. Back to setting. Where are we here in this picture? It's the underground, the New York subway system. Here's Spider-Man surfing the subway, the A train. And again, if you look at the details like the background and where he is, it will tell you a lot about the kind of story you're expecting to see in Spider-Man. Finally, here's Spider-Man and Mysterio. Mysterio in a huge conflict with Spider-Man here. Spider-Man looks to be in a lot of trouble as Mysterio is using his abilities to heighten the sense of illusion. The conflict is deep here. External conflict, man versus man. And we don't quite know what's going on. And those are some examples of characterization, conflict, and setting in Spider-Man's universe. For an example of foreshadowing, let's take a look at some Wonder Woman art. For example, this picture on the left shows Wonder Woman holding onto a vial and then flying off in the air. Where will she be going? What she'll be doing? Perhaps she'll be in some sort of confrontation in order to help or stop someone. What kind of conflict do we have in this picture? This original art shows Wonder Woman flying off, trying to stop a plane. As we know, Wonder Woman has some direct confrontations with Ares, the god of war, man versus man, or god versus superhero goddess. Oop, don't mind my finger there, amateur photographer. We can look at these photos in the middle row for some characterization based on her looks, her dress, her body and facial language, and of course the setting, the backdrop is so important. What kind of scene is this with the barren trees, snow all over the place, Wonder Woman contemplating snow? And in this original art, we have Wonder Woman more as a Disney princess with the light shining off her tiara to focus on the hope that she inspires in people, while in this original art, don't mind my reflection there, she's more of a warrior princess ready to fight for her people. So again, characterization, conflict, setting, and even foreshadowing are always going to be a part of the things we can talk about when we analyze literature, looking for literary elements to help us, especially with central ideas.